Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the Knit Girls. This is just going to be called the Cranky Pants episode because Laura and I are both both have
Crazy.
just weird, crazy stuff going on. But hi, I'm Leslie, also known as You Don't Call Me Les.
I'm Laura, also known as Lala.
And this is episode number 176.
It is.
It is September the 30th. It's my dad's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Leslie's dad.
And, yeah, we're a day late because I was traveling yesterday and I took a nap instead of recording because it was about my mental health.
That's allowed, I think.
So what are you working on?
I'm working on socks for you.
Yay!
Talk me little socks. So this is the second sock of, it is Knitter's Nightmare in the Welcoming Worm colorway, which is a Labyrinth reference, which is one of my favorite movies ever, but it is not my favorite movie.
It is probably my favorite movie of all time.
Really? I was talking over in the Spinzilla thread and I was making people guess my favorite movie.
What is it?
Princess Bride.
Oh.
As you wish. I love that movie. It's so good. I could watch that. In fact, I think I'm going to watch that tonight since I'm cranky pants. So it is Knitter's Nightmare, which is Lovely Sadie, and it is Baddie Sock, which is an 80/20 superwash merino nylon blend. I could just show you all that rather than reading it to you. I hear people on the interwebs are illiterate. And it's going well. You haven't seen it for a while. This is the first one. And it's going to have an afterthought heel, hence the bright yellow yarn. Right there. And Leslie doesn't like tall socks. She likes short socks.
I do.
So it doesn't have much of a cuff. And it's got a stripe of yellow right there where I ran out of yarn on the blue. That's okay. And I love how intensely dyed her colors are. And I like the stripe width. I think that's probably the smallest amount of stripe width that I really enjoy.
Yeah, it's
that's
nice
like half
stripe.
an inch. I like a half an inch stripe. And that is on my Hiya Sharps size ones. Look at that blue cord. Look at those sharp pointy needles. I was going to say now look at Leslie, but I do have a different thing. So,
look at those little legs.
they're arms, actually.
Oh.
I wish that they weren't moving on the double point so I could make them kick a little bit better. So these are the arms, and this is the face. I have to block that before I sew it on.
Oh, is this the new Susan Claudino?
Yep. And these are some ears. There's two of them. I like how she makes you do all the fiddly bits at the front end, because if you don't give up by that point, and this is the tail. I'm sorry, I hate casting on 4 stitches and starting in the round.
Yeah.
I understand, and the finished product looks awesome, but, by the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 piece, I was ready to, stab myself in the eyes with my signature needles. And that's nothing on Susan's pattern, it's just...
It's the nature of toys.
It's the nature of toys, and it's just me, and actually, this has a bigger cast on, and the 2 ears have a bigger cast on, so it's not the 4.
This was at the request of
Oh my goodness,
people.
you have to see the video. You've seen the video. Everyone else has to see the video. So, I get a text from my nieces, and I even had it pulled up because I'm going to show you. And so, they want these little Jinx cats. Let me show you the little creepy cat things. So, this is Jinx by Susan Claudino. There are these 2 creepy cat things, and I went on 6060, which is an Etsy shop, and ordered cat eyes for them.
Cool.
Because I had to order noses anyways. So I ordered 20 different cat eye colors, so I can determine what I want. And the yarn is awesome to work with. It is Dancing Dog Dye Works in the Waltz Worsted in the Frankenweenie colorway, and what it is 105 yards of a chartreuse mini, and then 218 yards of a variegated colorway. So one pack, which is 2 skeins, is enough to do 2 of these little cat things, zombie cats. And so the reason why I'm doing this is this.
Thank you, Auntie Lala. I love you.
That's why. Could you hear it?
No, you have to do it again.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn it up. Anyways, Julia saying, thank you, Auntie Lala, I love you.
Thank you, Auntie Lala. I love you.
I've just play it over and over and over again. It's super sweet, and I'm well aware that I spoil my nieces. But when they send me stuff like that, they're very hard not to spoil. Plus, they both picked the same colorway, so it only broke into one set in my stash, which worked out awesome. So, I'm going to do different color eyes, I think.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to do, if I feel like it, I might give them little tattoos on the cat butts. One with Julia's initials.
Yeah, there you go.
And one with Alice's initials. So they can be little tattooed zombie cats. And that's it. That's all I'm working on. Those 2 things.
Well, I think I have more work in progresses than you do.
Awesome. That's unusual.
It is.
If you've not seen the show before.
The first thing you guys have... excuse me. You guys have seen, and it hasn't got a ton of work because I didn't take it with me on my trip to Shenandoah, and this week, work-wise, has been really intense. Like, I've had a lot of stuff to do, and it's been like, I think I worked, by Thursday, I already had 50-something hours, and luckily I can work at home, so 2 of those days working late, I was at home, so it wasn't as bad, but it's been a real stressful week, and today wasn't much better, but it's over now.
Yay!
So this is the Knitter's Nightmare in the Tulips and Vegetables colorway, which I do not have the tag for, but anyway, this is what it looks like in the cake, and it's 5 different colors, and I'm very lucky to count Sadie as a personal friend. She actually dyed this color as a present to me. But she does sell it in the shop as well. And this is the Frankenfingers pattern. So I'm about to start increasing for the thumb. But like I said, I didn't take it with me this weekend because I really wanted to finish something. And I didn't want to take more than one project because I take too many things. And then I never work on anything. So I only took one thing and then I finished it Saturday. So I didn't have anything else to knit.
Oh, wow. You didn't wind anything for that you bought to knit on?
I didn't, no, because I didn't bring any other needles with me either. Like, I only brought the yarn and the needles that I was using. So
that's a planning fail.
It's not a huge deal. I had stuff to do, but... the second thing that I'm working on is a joint knit-along, just informal, that I'm doing with a couple of friends. And it is the Delancey cardigan. And it's by Alexis Winslow. And it's a chevron sort of, and it's knit in an interesting way. So this is the first section. So it's in Fat Squirrel Fibers. This is Medallion Red, and this is Leslie is a Lush. And this is the first little section. And this is actually the right panel. So this will actually go on my right hip. This is the center, and it'll go on the side. So it'll go like this on the side. And then I have to knit another one exactly like this exact size, and then join them together. So I'll be knitting sort of up, down, until I get to the armpits. It makes it knit in a bias, which gives it a little bit of stretch in a cool way.
How do you seam them together, or how do you join them together?
The pieces?
Yeah.
So this piece gets put on waste yarn.
Okay.
And then I make an exact duplicate of it.
Okay.
And then when I'm done with that piece, I purl across, and then I just add this piece back to it and purl across.
Okay.
So, and then the arms are done differently, and then, I don't know, once you get past that point, I haven't read that far. I'm just hoping it works out. But because it's knit in such a different way, gauge is really crucial because it's really hard. Like if
if your row gauge is off, you're going to get really messed up easily.
If it's a plain straight piece, you can kind of fudge the numbers. But because of the way this is constructed, it's really hard to do that. So what I did was I just cast on and knit to about here. Good, my
Helix.
And then I soaked it and laid it out, and I got perfect gauge. I went up a needle size.
You're amazing.
Well, I had to adjust my needle size. I always do. So I'm using a size 9. But I really like the subtle
That's
red
going to knit up fast on a 9.
I hope so. I plan to take this with me to Rhinebeck to work on it. It won't be finished for Rhinebeck, and that's totally fine. But, yeah, I enjoy it. It's going really well. The yarn is really nice to work with. And I just cast this on last night, so I haven't put a ton of effort into it yet.
That's a good bit done. You might finish it for Rhinebeck. No deadline stress,
though. It's not a goal.
If you finish it though beforehand, you finish it. If you don't, then you don't.
Yeah, it's not a stressor.
There you go.
And then, well, I took a road trip, which I'll tell you all about in favorite things. But on the way back, I was listening to the 2 most recent episodes of Knit More Girls, because I was a little bit behind. I had saved them on purpose.
Yeah.
And Jasmine was talking about these socks that she's knitting out of Patton's Croy, and I had seen them in a previous episode, the show notes. And I really, really loved the color.
You went to Joann's or Michael's.
I did. I went to my local Michael's, and I got these.
I do like that colorway.
It's like rag shades. And it's the first time I've ever knit with Patton's Croy. And it is, I think it's, 75%. It just says washable wool, 25% nylon, 166 yards per little cake. These were $5.99 per cake at my local Michael's without a coupon. And I am surprisingly really enjoying knitting this yarn.
Cool. I like it. I think it's pretty.
I thought that it would be neutral enough that Michael would wear it. But I showed it to him today, and he was like, no.
Those are like rainbowy.
Well, no, they're like very like subtle.
No.
I thought that they were like plain enough.
No, I think they're kind of rainbowy.
But
if they were just that plain gray, he might wear them, which would be so boring.
The only socks he wears are the Hanes ones with the gray toes and the heels. Like, that's all he'll wear. So, anyway, that's fine. They'll be for me.
That's perfect.
I'm knitting these on my Diecraft heavy metal size.
I need to try those needles. I keep meaning to. When you come down at Thanksgiving, you should bring them so I can play with them.
I'll be happy to.
That'd be superb.
But, yeah, they're really super. I'm just doing a plain vanilla 72 stitch sock.
I like it.
Pretty soon I'll do the heel. I'm going to do a fish lips heel on this one because I did it on my last ones and I really liked it.
Did you see Marion's new pattern, Marion 1?
Yes, I downloaded it.
And that has the fish lips heel on it too.
Yeah.
And it is called, let me find it for y'all because I just added it to my library and it's free through October. This is her first pattern. Her name is Marion 1 and she is amazing and I'm going to miss her face because she's not coming to
yeah, she didn't put in for SSK
this year.
Her family wants to spend time with her or something like that. Like,
it is Cafe Macchiato, and it actually utilizes the fish lips heel. Her real name is Marion Molden, and you can find her on Ravelry. It'd be super cool if we got that towards the front page of Ravelry. Let's see if it's already on the hot stuff. Yep, it is. It's number 1. Yay!
Marion is one of the many people we've been very fortunate to meet through SSK.
She's a sweetheart, too.
Love her face.
Anyway, back to real things.
But yes, so this is what I'm working on as we podcast because it's simple and I don't have to think about it. And I do have an FO, the Clapody. I did finish it, but I haven't woven in ends and it's still in my suitcase. So I'll block it and show y'all next week.
Cool. I blocked mine and then, like, Humberto was lying on it, and I was like, are you serious? So it's kind of wobbly, but I'm not reblocking it because I'm lazy. I have several FOs.
Yay.
So the first thing is the, what are these? Oh, the Interlock Socks by Lisa Beamer. They are crazy.
I love how different they are.
Yeah, let me go into how different they are.
Is there a different stitch count?
Yes, there might be.
Totally been there.
So I got up to like here and did the ribbing and bound off on the second one. This was the second sock, and I had done the heel before a librarian's meeting that I had to go to on Friday, and then I knit during the librarian's meeting, and I never counted my stitch count until I went to try it on, and I looked at it and I was like, that one seems much smaller than the other, and the pooling's different, and then I was like, something is wrong. So I go to try it on. I did my super stretchy bind off that I do, which is a modified Russian bind off, and it would not fit over my heel, and that would be because one is 5 stitches shorter than the other. So this is what I did. So I ripped back down, and right before the ribbing, I increased 5 stitches, and then I did the ribbing, and now it fits over my heel. And I do want, my right foot is smaller than my left foot. So this is my right foot sock, and this is my left foot sock. And they are both crazy. And it's not the fault of and the pattern's messed up too. It's not the fault of the yarn or anything else. It's the fault of me and my inability to follow patterns.
I've totally done that.
So I really I wish both of them kind of had come out like this one, because I really like that. But they're like the crazy pooling Halloween socks. The yarn is Unique Sheep. It is Her Footprints base, which is a sport weight. These were knit on size 2 needles. I have tons left over. Enough for a pair of mitts or socks for Alice for sure.
Yeah.
And they are, what else do I have to say? Interlocked by Lisa Beamer. The pattern is awesome. It is not her fault that I cannot follow directions or read, especially at meetings. So that's probably all I have to say about those. Size 2 needles, carbons. I love the carbons on these. They worked out perfect. That's about it. It's really an easy pattern. Like, don't let my inability to count after I turn heels dissuade you from the pattern. It was like my on-the-go knitting, so, and one's definitely taller than the other, and I don't care, because I ran out of yarn, because I had right back, and then I had to increase, so just like, whatever.
Yeah, so you had 5 more stitches on each row to
Yeah,
go with.
so I'm a couple rows short on that one. I also finished, y'all haven't seen this before, this is a hat. It is the Path Less Traveled hat, and I put it on, but then I'd look like, well, I can put it on regardless. It's a very cute beanie.
Yeah.
It's better when my hair is down. It is a test knit that I did for our friend Lynn Zimmerman. It's the pattern that comes, if you don't want to, well, he'll have been emailed if you're in the Giftables Club. It was the September Giftables Club package from the Loopy U, which I'm a member of, and I got some really pretty yarn for that, and that's somewhere around here. There it is. So the Giftables Club by the Loopy U is a 3-month club, and they do, the first month was the very cool Biscotti and Chi self-striping, and then this one was some Dream in Color. And this would be a great guys pattern, guys hat. It's not available to the public. You had to be a member of the club. I think it's for 6 months, and then it also came with a vanilla mint lavishe bar, which is super cool. Which I think I'm gonna keep it in the package. I think that might be part of someone's Christmas present. I think I'm gonna actually do it as a giftable. So, yeah, and that's the whole purpose of the club, is to give stuff away. And this is a Surrey alpaca domestic wool out of the blue. So that my brother or father might actually wear that.
I bet
so we'll see.
Would wear that.
I totally knit this pattern again. I love it. It was a super fast knit.
I was going to say, it must be. You didn't even tell me you cast that on.
Well, and I love the top. The top makes me happy.
Yeah.
With the panels and the way it decreases makes me super happy. Yeah, it was a super quick knit. Next, my parade of FOs. Last, I think. Yeah. I finished my drizzle.
Yay.
Just super. I should go like this so you can't see it.
Oh God, you're gonna make me like car sick.
I know. I'm stopping right now. I'm sorry. So I'm on some medication if you can't tell by my voice. So I'm on some sinus stuff. Tylenol sinus strength super strong. I don't know.
You can't talk today.
I know. This is what my boss sent me home for work. So very cute hat. It's super slouchy. I blocked it over a plate, and this is out of another Crafty Girl in the Lagoon DK colorway, and super cute. I actually blocked it at the top part over a plate and the bottom over my glass head, because I have a glass head. So.
Because you're fancy that way.
I am. It's right. I was photographing stuff on it earlier. It's down there, but I can't reach it. So it's a very cool lace detail on both the side and the top, and this was knit on size 5 needles using another Crafty Girl. So, which is Mel and I had a discussion about how different fibers block differently, because this is a superwash merino wool, but it's a single ply, so it doesn't have the stretch, I feel like, that a plied yarn would have. So it didn't grow quite as much. So in order to compensate for that going in, I knit this section a couple rows longer. So it'd have a little bit of extra slouch, and I was sick of doing the lace. She calls for you to keep going on the lace if you want it longer. But that's like work, and stockinette is not. So I am happy with all my FOs except for the socks, and the socks are okay.
Yeah, third finished pair of socks.
Yeah, they're going to go on my feet when I go trick-or-treating. And by trick-or-treating, I mean hand out candy. So, and eat the majority of the candy before it gets to the children. 1
for you, 6 for me.
This is why I'm not supposed to hand out. Actually, Weezy's going to be home this year, so that'll be cool.
That's super sexy.
I agree. I've been trying to do it while, like, you were on the big screen and not me, but that could not wait.
You really can't take us anywhere. I'm sorry.
No. I hang out with 6th graders all day long, what can I say? Alright, so we have you have spinning. No spinning? Why are we back on me? Okay.
But I got a cool tool this week. Well, I will have it this week, so hopefully I'll have some spinning next week.
What'd you get?
I got a Turkish spindle from Subterranean Woodworks.
Like this one?
Mine's a purple, yes, but mine's a different wood, but yes.
Was it the size, or was it one of his little ones?
No, it's the...
Medium?
Medium. Yep.
They're so fun. They're like little tops. I should spin on that. Anyway. Alright, so I started a new braid of fiber, and it is Hello Yarn in the Hot Stuff colorway.
Ooh, that's so pretty.
I'm glad someone thinks so. And
I love how it's like cotton candy, sort of.
So it reminds me of ribbon candy, like the stuff that you get at Christmas. So I bought this fiber in a D-stash, and I said I wanted it, and then she sent me a picture to see if I wanted more than one bag, and in my mind, I really didn't want it anymore, but I was being nice. And it's Hello Yarn, and it's really pretty, and it's going to come out, like, Jess calls it frosted. That's what Adrienne says when she has braids with lots of white in them. So the majority of the braid is white, the second half's on the wheel downstairs. And then it's got these little splotches of colors. So I only divided the braid in half. I'm going to do a 2-ply, but I wanted the splotches to be in longer segments. That's why I didn't divide it more than once. And I didn't have to pre-draft or anything. It spun like butter. It was awesome to spin. And I'm really curious as to what the finished result's going to be, because this is definitely stuff that I would not put together. But a lot of Adrienne's colors are like that, and then they come out flipping gorgeous.
Right.
So, I'm really curious. And I figured even if I don't like it, I have 5 coworkers that are pregnant and due around Christmas. And this would be like a 2-ply, very cute baby sweater, or hats. Probably hats. For a good bit. 5. Seriously.
It's in the water every year. You have half a dozen people.
I know, it's ridiculous. So, and then
that's
other
why
spinning.
you drink Diet Dr. Pepper, right?
Not this week. I drank water at school today. I took my Knit Girls cup and drank all of the water. So that'll be fun. So I cannot start picking things. This is the Gales Art Alpaca Silk, which is done. I like it better now that it's soaked and wet. Okay, that's the tie at the end. I was like, oh, that's no good. Let's not show that side. It's not... So when I spin alpaca, my grist isn't as even as I like it to be as a whole. But it did come out a nice balanced skein finished. It's been washed, it's been thwacked. I've thwacked it a bunch of times. Let me pop it all once. And it did come out nice and balanced.
Yeah.
But the grist is not as even as I want it to be. So that's just something that I need to work on with the fiber. It's not the fiber's fault at all. This was a gorgeous spin. It's just me. This was a new to me fiber. So I just need to play with alpaca a bit more, I think. Alpaca is not my favorite to spin, so I need to get over that. Or not. Whichever. So, but it's going to, my boss at the local knit shop bought this braid for me to spin for her when we were at Arkansas Fiber Arts Extravaganza last year. So this was one of 2 things I had to spin for her. So I have this one done, and I'm going to start the next one probably next week.
I think it came out lovely.
Thank you. It's 300 yards of a 2-ply. I don't know if I said that before. It's... I don't know. I need my grist to be more even.
I think it's lovely.
Well, thank you. I don't like spinning, commission spinning, when it's not perfect, and I feel like it's not perfect in a lot of ways. But I did learn a trick on my mini spinner. So I was plying, and my second bobbin of this was way more overspun than the first one, and I accidentally got a coil that got kind of gnarled as I was plying, like I didn't pull it out. And on the mini spinner, if you smack it the other direction, not smack, if you turn the thing so on the mini spinner's got a toggle switch.
Yep.
And if it's going this way, it's plying, and if it's going that, it goes clockwise or counterclockwise. Well, because I had that thing, and I was very tightly plying this, which you can't tell from there, but I knew alpaca kind of loses some of its twist. So I got this twist that was stuck in there, so I just flipped the toggle switch to the other way and let it go for like 5 seconds, and it unplied it, but it wasn't like a big huge mess, and then I just stopped it, and I could easily take care of it, fix the problem, and go on. So that made me happy. Because when I try to do that on my wheel, it kind of like tries to fly off and gets all kinds of crazy. Yeah. But on the mini spinner, it didn't do that, which was nice. I think because I only did it like 2 seconds. Just enough to take out a little bit of twist.
Learning new stuff all the time.
Yeah. Kind of playing with new toys all the time. Alright, so that's it for me for spinning. And you have no spinning, and we have a book review. It is the Fresh Designs Kids by Cooperative Press, which retails for $16.95, and
it's a collective, so every pattern is by a different designer.
It is a collective, and I had it up, and I totally missed. So it has let me show you the cover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 patterns for $16.95. So, awesome deal there. And the cover looks like this. It's so cute. I love that little rocket ship sweater. So, things that I really like in this book. There's 10 patterns. I really love the Treads hoodie by Elizabeth Musselman.
I think that actually looks like our friend Carrie's son, Jed.
Jed, I know, doesn't it? And the thing that I really like about this, so I show mine and you show yours, is I could see it in a bunch of different color combos. Like I could see it in like a black with a Noro for the middle part, like for the ferrule, so it would
more
change
solid full color with and
it would slowly variegate up. So gradient would be very cool. Just 2 solids would be very cool. Or even like you could do 5, or you can make your own gradient, like 5 of this, 5 of that, and stripe within the stripes.
And it's sized from like 4 to 14.
Yes.
In kid sizes.
So 26 is the lowest chest circumference, 26.25, all the way up to 35. And it uses Yarn Love, which is a great yarn company. And 5s and 7s are the needle size. So it's like a DK weight sweater, which is very, very cool, because down here it's just the perfect amount of cover for the weather. And it's knit in the round from the bottom up, and then it's got the yoked construction.
I like this pattern. I think they did a really good job with the photography. This is the Wenig Wortel,
which is supposed to look like a little carrot in Dutch, and you can tell once you say it's like a little carrot, it's totally recognizable.
Yes,
and I kind of want to see it without the green stuff.
Yeah,
and
it kind of makes me think almost like Woolly Wormhead does some of her construction in that manner, and I think it looks especially cute on kids.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you're gonna do a crazy hat and it's not an antler hat for Leslie, you should totally do a carrot hat for a child.
Totally going to Rhinebeck with that sucker too.
I know. I bought her new book, but we're not reviewing that this week. And actually, the way that you do the fringe, it's just basically fringe.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I want to say a mohair blend wool. Let's see. Yep, it's a mohair. It's just mohair locks that are just put in. So very cool, and a new use for like tail spun yarn.
Yeah,
which is always some art yarn.
Something.
Yeah, very cool. Love the little girl's dress, the Elsie Bella sundress, and that goes from a 20 all the way up to a 22, so 12 months all the way up to 4 years. And it is super cute. It's got a lot of these like little daisies. Yep. That's what I was just blowing up to show.
And that's like surprisingly easy. I've done that on a hat before.
Super cute. Nice summer dress for down here. Definitely needs some summer outfits. It's a Pima cotton from Arcadia, whatever, Dye Works. And it uses a brioche mesh stitch, which would be a good pattern, a new pattern for me, which would be kind of cool.
Look at this cute kid in the superhero sweater.
I love that. And it's got a cape. Seriously.
Yes, it's got little snaps up on the shoulders where you can snap on or off a cape. And it's got different emblems, different insignia that you can have on the front.
There's a rocket ship, there's a shield, a planet, a star. And really, it's in Tarja, and you could just figure out whatever you want that would go within that stitch count. Super cute. Okay, my favorite thing in here is the petal bonnet.
Yeah, I think that's super
And I almost
cute.
cast one on this weekend. I love that little detail at the edge. And then, let me pull it up. There's it in different colors. I just think that is the simple, cutest bonnet. And I think it'd be perfect for like a last minute baby shower present.
Absolutely.
It starts at the back with Judy's Magic Cast On, which I love. The idea of it going from the back to the front, so there's no stitches to graph when you're done. And that uses Shuffle Wool Cashmere Queen or Louette Gem Sport, which I actually have several skeins of in the stash, but in black. It's okay to do bonnets in black. Oh, maybe not.
I probably wouldn't. But I'm not the boss of you, so there's that. I love these little bird boots. I think they are super cute.
They are.
They're little booties, but they make the baby's feet look like webbed duck feet.
Bird feet, yeah. Super cute.
Them. And they're 3 to 6 months. They're definitely for kids who are not walking yet.
And then there's the Funky D's vest, which I could totally see Julia in. I would do it in, this is Baby Long Legs Merino Aran. I would love to see it in a solid, I think.
Yes, I agree.
I like the yarn, but it's cooling, but I do like,
warm.
yeah. With a little skirt, a little t-shirt. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
It's okay.
And then the buttons are very cute as well.
I like that the kids aren't all posed in plain, like, Sears Portrait Studio style poses. And I really love the Fireman's Cardi. That's probably my favorite in the book.
I think you could do a lot of color variations with that.
6 months up to 4 years. You could do it in a solid really easily, or any kind of, like, maybe your child or the child you're knitting for's favorite color is like screaming pink. And you could do that for the stripes and do something a little more subtle for the main body.
Or if your child is, let's say, Buffalo Bills fans or Steelers fans or Ohio State Buckeye fans, you could do it that way. I think this would be a perfect cardigan for my sister-in-law, Emily, to start knitting, because it's easy. And it goes from 6 months all the way up to 4 years, so she could make it for Alice. I think
very
that
considerate
would be
of you
perfect.
to decide the patterns for your sister-in-law.
I am a very considerate person.
It's top-down raglan, so it's a real simple construction.
It would be easy. She could totally do that. She's been talking about doing her first sweater, and I think that would be fabulous.
I think it would be great. It'd be a good way to do one for the kids, so if something messes up, it's not like $100 worth of Madelinetosh.
That's true. I mean, you could do that DK weight. There's so many affordable DK weights out there. So, that was Fresh Design Kids sent to us by Cooperative Press. We love Cooperative Press. They publish books that would not normally get published, and they're always interesting, if nothing else. And innovative and very fresh, hence the Fresh Design series. Yes. They retail the ebook version, which you can get on both their website and also on Ravelry is $16.95. I think it's around $22.95 for the book, and you, of course, get the free ebook download if you purchase the book through them. So, favorite things.
Yes.
So we have lots of favorite things
going on.
We do, and it's awesome, and I love it so much. I want to post all the things in there.
Very behind after this past week on pretty much everything in Ravelry. So
I love how clever people are being with their ways to make things that I'm like, that is totally not Halloween, into that is totally Halloween.
I've seen a couple people who have things that I couldn't find a way to like tie them back to Halloween, and they'll say, and I'll wear it when I'm passing out Halloween together.
So there.
Yeah.
I love it. So that Halloween
go all the way until Halloween.
Yep. You can enter as many times as you would like.
Just a separate post.
Yeah, just a separate post. You can. Let me think. You can. It's a craft along, just not a knit along. So it can be sewing, crochet, crosswork, quilting, every single craft under the sun, decoupage.
Macrame.
There you go. Tie it in. Scrapbooking.
Yes.
All those things, and just tie it back in. Now I'm looking down and I have my JC Boggs DVD with the eyeball yarn, and I'm like, I could totally make full eyeball yarn for the Halloween craft alone. That'd be so much fun. Anyway. So, any way that you can make it fit works for us, and we will have some fabulous prizes. I am thinking right now that I am going to give away, let's see, I have some stash right here. So in the spirit of Halloween, I have this cool orange lacy lamb yarn, and it is 825 yards of an extra fine lamb's wool. So that will be one of the prizes. And let's see what else I got over here. Oh, I have some cool hand spun. Some crazy hand spun. Let's see. We'll have to get yardage. Let's not do that one. I don't like that one as much as I should. I want to give you good stuff. I don't want to give away junky stuff.
Well, I understand that.
How about, let's see. I'll pick something out. But I'm not under pressure. How about that? And my nose isn't running. So I'll pick out some hand spun to throw in the pot as well. So it'll definitely be the lacy lamb is one of the prizes. I'm going to set it up in a secret place so I don't forget about it. That's right there.
That color.
And then we'll do some other stuff as well. I'm sure I have some things that I can give away. Oh, I have a book that I can give away. Hold on. The Knitter's Life List.
Oh, I love that book.
So I have 2 copies of this. I was going through my books and organizing, and I have 2 copies. And so this is an awesome book by Story. Mm-hmm. And it is Gwen W. Steig. I think we reviewed it a couple of years ago. Or maybe not, we might not have. And it is an awesome book of just things like the Socks Life list. So I'll be giving this away too. It's a collaboration with
a lot of different designers.
It's very cool, and it's very informative about a whole bunch of different topics. So it's good for getting your feet wet and a bunch of different things. So we'll give that away as well. So that's 2. We'll have 3 prizes at least.
We'll have more. I'll go through. I'll give some hand spun, and I'll pick a few things from my stash as well.
Yeah, and I think someone, I think one of our friends of our show said that she would give away a bag. So
cool.
That would be awesome as well. Spinzilla. Yay! I'm so excited. I ordered a couple more bobbins for my lunch room. So I'm raring to go because we had someone drop out. And so I'm going to take their spot. And actually, we had someone else drop out, so I need to send you that. I think you got it, too. So
yes. So
Leslie takes care of all the details.
So we are actually both going to be able to take place. And we're still going to host the thing in our group as well. It'll go along the same time frame. It's the 7th through the 13th of October. And the goal is to spend as many singles as possible.
I'll try to get the one in our group started probably this week. And I'm going to try to go through my crazy fiber stash, which is behind me, and pick out what I want to spend.
I need to do that as well.
Because I
need to review a lot of the posts that have been published for the blog tour, because there have been some really informative pieces.
Sarah Anderson did one this past week about Twist, and I actually can remember now which direction Z and S is because of her. Don't quiz me.
I'm not going to. No pressure.
But when I'm not under sinus medication, I totally can remember which direction S and which direction Z is, and it's how you first start. So S is that way, Z is that way.
S is the typical direction of spinning. Like, when, generally speaking, if your wheel goes clockwise, that is very general. Then you're spinning in the S direction. And then when you ply, your wheel goes in the counterclockwise direction, and that's the Z direction. But that doesn't tell you anything if you're just looking at the yarn itself.
But she had a hint for when you look at the yarn.
Yeah.
So I should remember that, and it was awesome. I flagged that post, like I favorited that blog at work so I could go back and see it. All right, you went to Shenandoah Valley. Why don't you talk about that?
I did, and I have a puppy friend. My fiance, significant other, whatever, is watching his teams playing. He's a Dolphins fan, and they're 3-0. They've won 3 games this season already.
They're awesome.
And they're playing the Saints tonight.
They are.
Have also won 3 games, and so Neelix is locked out of the room where
Daddy's area.
Watching the game, so he's down here. But yes, I did. I went to the Shenandoah Valley Fiber Fest this weekend, which is fun. I first heard about it from our friend Katie Bell.
She's one of the mods on the group.
She is. She's actually the publicity director, or something to do with social media director for the event. And she's super duper nice. And she had told me about it a while back, and so I told her I would make plans and go. And so Friday afternoon, I drove down and stayed with my friend Jamie, who is Jamie Pearl on Ravelry, and also Emily Ooh Fancy Pants, and her friend Pauline, who I'd never met before. Pauline was there as well. So it was the 4 of us were there at Jamie's house. She lives outside of DC. And so from there, we were just going to drive down to the festival, because it was only like an hour from her house to the festival. And so we spent the weekend there, and it was a lot of fun. It was, I have this internal judgment thing where I'm still in high school, and I'm like the band geek hanging out with all these pretty cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Because they're all beautiful, thin, lovely, super kind women.
Sweet people, yeah.
Yeah, they did not make me feel like a band geek. That's not what I'm trying to say. They were very sweet. But it was kind of surreal to have these beautiful friends that invited me to hang out. So anyway, we hung out Friday night. We went down on Saturday. We spent the whole day down there, and it was really fun. They had a lot of animals. They even had a camel.
Cool.
And I might have done some damage. So,
but not too bad, I feel like.
It wasn't too bad. I did get to meet tons of super nice people. I'm not going to remember anybody's name, so I'm not going to name anybody so nobody gets left out. But I did get to meet some super nice people, and I'll show y'all what I got. It really wasn't a ton, but the goal... Oh, I totally forgot. I did have an FO. I knit the N3's baby Cardi.
Yeah. You told me.
For Karen's little girl, but I have to weave in ends and stuff. So I'll show this again next week.
Plus it needs buttons.
Yeah, it does need buttons. So I went through most of the event without buying anything, like the first round.
Good for you.
But then I got to Dragonfly Fibers booth.
She's got such pretty stuff.
The vendors had been posting there's a Shenandoah group, and they had been posting like teasers of what they were going to have, and there was this one color I really wanted from Dragonfly, and I had never seen it before, and it was called Starry Night.
Uh-huh.
And so that was on my list, like I needed to get that. So
I don't think I've seen that color from her before.
Once I got there, I might have purchased 3 skeins.
Pretty. Now, what is that? Her single ply?
It is. It's a single ply. It's her Pixie base. It's 470 yards per.
Wow.
And like I said, it's in the Starry Night colorway, and so it's based on Van Gogh's Starry Night.
So you have almost 1,500 yards.
Yes, and I love this so much. Love it, love it, love it. Beautiful colors.
Pretty.
And the goal is, what I want to make is a big, huge garter shawl, like when we first went to Spring Fling and we saw the Shawl That Jazz shawl.
Uh-huh.
That's a DK weight, but
Samantha.
I want a shawl that.
She's got Little Shawl of Jazz, Little Shawl of Jazz. So she's got a smaller version that you could, like a lighter weight version.
I want a big, drapey, garter stitch shawl. Because
you could just modify the Mara pattern.
I could. So I bought 2 initially, and then I went back and bought another one because I just couldn't say no. They're so beautiful. Pretty. I love them so much. They're gorgeous. And then also, I kept picking up this color in every base, in her singles, in her DK, in her fiber, and it's called Bad Moon Rising.
Really? That seems so familiar.
I know, right?
Huh?
I love it so much. And so I got this DK weight. It's her Traveler base.
Yeah. That's also the base that we gave away that was the fireworks.
Yes.
There you go.
I love it so much.
You're very fortunate that I got those to give away and not you, because they might not have gone to people.
I love them. And so it's a DK weight, and I wanted to do like socks because it'd be super fast to do DK weight socks. The only thing is it's 100% merino and there's no nylon in it.
That's what these were.
But I think it'll be fine.
That's totally what these are. This is a great pattern. I'm just saying.
Because with their DK weight socks, I'm not going to wear them in shoes anyway.
Nope.
They'll be like house socks.
Yep.
So I am totally digging this.
You should cast it on for the Halloween cal.
I could.
You totally should.
It makes me so happy.
Good.
And then I got a present for Laura.
Oh, yay. I like presents.
There was a little stall, and it was Puff the Magic Rabbit. And it just made me laugh, and it just made me happy. And so this actually came from her sheep named Claire, and it's 602 yards of superwash merino, so it's plenty for a shawl.
Crazy. Yeah.
And it's just these beautiful blues.
That's gorgeous. Thank you.
This is a present for Lala. And then for Michael, he wanted a windsheaf shawl. Hat. Yes, not a shawl. Michael
he actually wanted a hat. Good for him.
And that's a Stephen West.
A gray hat is kind of out of Michael's comfort zone, to be honest with the viewers. Like that.
He wanted it to be in navy blue, and I was like, "That's so boring. I don't want to do navy blue."
It's so dark.
So I got to meet Joelle of Wandering Wool. She's really
so
nice.
Sweet. We have some stuff to give away from her in a couple weeks.
She had a beautiful color called Cranberry Bog, which Jamie Pearl got some yarn in that colorway. But this is her Heights worsted. It's 100% superwash merino in the gray matter colorway.
Pretty.
And it's a very tonal blue. Or gray. I can't talk.
Like a bluish
I'm so sorry.
gray. You don't even have the medication excuse.
I have a line.
Wow. That's a different kind of medication, dear.
I'll cast this on this week because he rarely asks for things.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, definitely.
And
by rarely, you mean never. Like once every 8 years.
Yeah. So, and it's beautiful and squishy, and she is super sweet and had some really cool gradients and other stuff. So
cool. Yeah, we have one of her gradients as I get up and close to the camera to give away.
She does some really pretty
makes me very happy.
A lot of pretty solids as well. And my, actually one of my first stops. So I want to do a first world problems tale of woe for y'all. Spanish Peacock was going to be at Shenandoah Valley, and Spanish Peacock does not do a lot of festivals.
I'm playing with my spindle. I need to put it down because I'm making noise. Anyway, continue.
His name is Mike, and he does woodwork, spindles primarily. He does some other little tools as well.
Lucets.
Spindles are his primary business, and I have a Russian supported of his. He also does Tibetans. He does drop spindles.
I have one of his Tibetans.
I did not realize that he used to do Turkish, and I was sort of in the market for a Turkish.
I didn't realize that either.
Apparently he used to, and he hasn't in years. But he had like 5.
Oh.
And they were gone by the time I got there. Like, I guess he had posted somewhere, or I don't know.
He has a very active group, like a super active group.
And at any normal, like really high traffic festival, like Maryland, you can't get in his booth. Like,
no, you really can't. People line up for hours.
And Shenandoah is a smaller festival, and so it was really nice to actually get to talk to him and to get to look at the things that he had.
Well, we got to talk to him at Maryland a couple of years ago.
It's much lower stress.
Yeah.
But I did go and whine a little bit. And I was like, damn it, I didn't know. But he's going to start producing them.
Cool.
But anyway, right across from him was Gourmet Stash.
Yay.
And I can't remember her first name for the life of me now.
I'm going to get it wrong.
I want to say like Katie, but I don't know if that's right.
I think that's right.
Anyway, she's super nice.
Does it say on her thing? Let me see.
She had some little oddities. And so they're like...
Oh, they're poonies.
1/4 of an ounce. And they're just like little leftovers from her other color sets. And so they're only like $4 or $5. So I got a couple of these because I thought they would be good for Turkish.
Oh yeah, definitely.
To play around with. And I thought that was a pretty good price point for just trying them out.
Oh, yeah.
So she had tons of sets as well.
Yeah, pennies are extremely labor intensive to make.
Yeah, they are. And this one's like almost like a Van Gogh color, and I really liked it. So, anyway, I had a really good time there. I was going to go to Fiberspace on my way back on Sunday, but I channeled a little bit of Laura. Like, I woke up and I was just ready to go. Like, Fiberspace didn't open for several hours, and like I needed to get home. So
you could have gone to the Smithsonian's. It would have been the last time you'd be able to go for a while.
Why? Are they closing?
For the government shutdown.
Oh, the furlough.
Yeah. Because like Wheezy and Mom are supposed to be camping at the Grand Canyon tomorrow, and they are not. Because it's closed. All the national parks and museums are closed.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah, I had a really good weekend. So I want to thank everybody who came up to chat with me. And like I said, I'm not going to mention any one name because I'll forget somebody's, and I don't want to do that.
It would make them sad.
Yes, I appreciate everybody who was very kind and sweet, and I had a really good time, and I hope I can go back again. And I think if you're anywhere near the area of Berryville, Virginia, it's definitely worth the day trip. So check it out if you're anywhere in that
I'll have
Virginia
to check it out next year. Because that would be a drive, though. It would be
a little bit of a hike for you.
That would be... Probably 13 hours, maybe. Yeah,
it's a little bit of a hike.
That is a little bit of a. I could fly in, maybe we'll see. So, but it sounds like it'd be fun. I don't know. I like small festivals.
Yeah, it was small enough that it wasn't overwhelming. I would definitely say if you're looking to go to your first festival, it was Pauline's first festival. It's funny because we got there and she was like, "Yeah, I don't think this is what I expected."
What did she expect?
Well, she's like this super adorable. She looks like a Shibuya model. Like she's this very like beautiful Asian woman, and she was wearing these like really lovely clothes and these gorgeous flats, and like it's it's a typical festival. So there's gravel and there's mud and there's grass and
sheep poop.
Right. So I just don't think that she was like, I think maybe she thought it was sort of like an indoor market versus what it ended up being.
Like a craft show.
Yeah, but she totally rolled with it. I got to hold a 3-week-old Angora baby bunny.
Aww. Your bunny needs a bunny friend.
No. That might prolong the bunny's life, and we don't want to do that. I'm
Poor
a terrible
bunny.
person. So, we have a giveaway, though, for the Arkansas
Speaking
Fiber
of
Arts.
fiber festivals, Arkansas has a wonderful fiber arts festival called the Arkansas Fiber Arts Extravaganza. It is in the first week of December, and you can find out all the information about it at arfiberartsextravaganza.com. And we had 23 people enter. We have 2 tickets to give away. So it is 2 through 23, my dear.
Okay, so... and we had a low number because you really have to kind of be in the area to take advantage of it. So we expected we'd have lower than normal. So I have not picked a number yet. It's between 2 and 23. Generate number. The first number is 10.
Yay! 10 is WISSOTA with soda. And she just said, pick me. She's got Jeff Gordon as her Ravelry, and she's from Birmingham, Alabama / Hoover, Alabama. So contact me, and I will transfer your information on to the people who run the event.
All right, so we'll pick number 2, and that is number 14.
And 14 was deleted, so try again.
Oh, generate number 23.
23 was Biscuit Girl.
Oh, sweet.
So Biscuit
we met her
Girl,
at SSK.
yeah, and we met her at Maryland Sheep and Wool as well.
Oh, that's right.
So if you would just contact me, Kristen, and I will get you set up. Alrighty, very cool.
Thank you to Ann Bean and the Arkansas team.
Definitely. Now, I had some things that I bought this week, and they're pretty awesome. So I'm going to share those. So I got some hand cards for Spinzilla so I could start prepping fiber and make it into little baby Rolex. So these came this afternoon. I got them from the Woolery. These are the mini cards from Shocked, and now I feel like a real spinner because I own hand cards, which is something that I've been resisting because in my mind it's a processing tool and I don't need processing tools. But I made a little like mini pony earlier. See, I made that. It's a little bit of fluff, so I carded that. So I'm getting used to them. I've never carded before, so I'm just playing with them a little bit now. So I'm making little bits of fluff with glitter in them.
Well, of course.
Seriously.
But we have a new thing to give away this week, right?
We do.
And it's a super exciting one.
It is. So the other thing that came in the mail for me is I had pre-ordered a kit. And by pre-ordered, I mean I designed the pattern and I got a kit in exchange. So that is the Happy Again sock kit. This is put out by Little Skein and the Big Wool. And it is super cute. I haven't really unwrapped it because I want y'all to see how adorable it is. So even like, she is awesome. Anne is awesome at little details. So everything has some really cool details. Now the kit, which retails for $75 for the whole thing, which I'm going to show y'all the whole thing. And then you can also purchase things separate. So you can purchase like the pattern separate through her Etsy. You can purchase the drawstring bag extra, the yarn, and the stitch markers all extra. So you can kind of make your own kit. Yeah. And then in December, the pattern will be up on Ravelry. So Extra Yarn, and it's a book that so this kit is all based on Extra Yarn, which is a book that we reviewed. And I would show you all my book, but I sent it to my nieces with actually the socks that I knit for this kit. It's a storybook. It's a Caldecott Honor by Mac Barnett, and it's super cute. And it's the story of Annabelle, who finds a magical and seamlessly endless box of yarn, and she knits for all these people in her town, and then this evil duke tries to steal it. So it's an evil archduke with a sinister mustache. Tries to steal the box of yarn. So it's very, very cool. And the first thing that's included in the kit is the pattern. And I wish I had actually kept the socks to show y'all what it looks like, but really they're on my niece's feet. and she's enjoying them quite a lot. So, I don't know if you can see that. It is a toe-up sock with an asymmetrical mirrored twining tree cable pattern. It's really, really easy. It's a slip stitch cable, and then there's slip stitch details as well on the sock. It is completely charted, and it comes in sizes child, woman's small, woman's medium, woman's large, which actually could fit most men. So, and I think it's a pretty unisex pattern.
Yeah.
And I'll show you the yarn. So it's a toe up, very simple, 2 circular, or of course you could do it on magic loop or convert it to double points if you want. And that's the first thing. The second thing, look, and everything was packaged just so pretty, and they all came in these little stickers, and it came in a bag with stickers as well. Just very, very cute. I love this yarn. So this is the yarn that I actually designed the pattern in. It is by Jinx. It is her BFL sock, and it is purple. And it's not just any purple, it's like 2-toned purple with these pops of blue. And the colorway name is Extra.
Very cool.
And it's just very pretty. So that's the yarn that comes in the kit. You get a sweet treat, and it's Sunkissed Fruit Gems. And that's only if you buy the entire kit, and that makes me happy. The stitch markers, you have a choice of 2 different sets, and I don't know which set I got. Oh, I got the Treehouse set. So you can either get Annabelle's face, or you can get the Treehouse. And Anne does these great, see the little treehouse. Let me see if I can get that to hold still. There we go. It's this little knit treehouse. She does these great markers that don't snag, and they come in a choice of a tin or a vial, which is super cute. And I get the little vials always because really they're adorable. And I'm really thinking about getting the second set with her face. I was thinking whatever set I didn't get, I was going to buy. And then the last thing is Annabelle's Treehouse, and that is, I love this. She had this fabric specially designed just for the kit, so you're not going to find this fabric anyplace else. And it's the Treehouse with the knits.
I love the knit treehouse. That's beautiful.
So it really goes along. And then the inside of the bag kind of mimics the illustrations from the book. It's little knit sweaters.
That's really cool.
Love the project bag, and it's nice. This is the first time I've gotten one of her project bags, and it's got a little ring that you could put your stitch marker set. You could get like a pin and put your stitch marker set off there, or a carabiner. It's nice and flat bottom, sturdy canvas, and just really, really cute. So that makes me super happy. So that's the kit, and actually Anna's being so sweet, and so the kit's only available from September 30th until November 30th, and it's only available at littleskein.etsy.com, and that includes all the separate things that you can, all the little bits that you can buy separate, but she is going to give one of our viewers a kit. So you'll get the pattern, the yarn, the bag, and a set of the stitch markers. And hello, Sunkissed Fruit Gems, which if you don't want, you can send to me, because I'm a little bit obsessive. Sorry, I'm playing with purple tissue paper now. So all that is included in the kit. What I would like you to do is, this is going to be a giveaway that is A, super awesome, but B, it's going to be held in our Ravelry group. You must be a member of the group to win. 1 post per person. And tell me your favorite storybook that you would love to see made into a kit, because I have a feeling that she's going to do more than one of these. So I think that would be super neat. So it can be a picture book, it can be a young adult book, or it can be even an adult book, something that would inspire you, that you would love to see. It has to be a book. Hey, Chloe. As a kit like this. So very, very cool. I'm excited. Yay.
I usually do record on Sunday, but I didn't last night. Okay. All right, get some clothes and take a shower, please.
All right, so that will be the giveaway that will be going on in the Knit Girls this week.
Yep.
And the last of the exciting news, well, we have two things. We have to talk about SSK at the very end real fast. And the last of the exciting news is we hit 5,000 members this week in our rivalry group.
And it was just a little over 3 years ago. And Laura and I thought we would have probably 10 of our friends would take pity on us and watch us during the week.
Maybe. So, maybe every other week. We knew Jessica would. That's why we made her mod of the group.
So we are grateful.
Yes.
Oh,
whoa! What just happened?
Oh my gosh. Where did my camera go? Can you hear me? Help!
I can hear you. There it is. It's behind. There you go. I see your hand.
Please stop messing with the dog. I'm so sorry.
We might have to edit that part out.
No, man. It's all part of the fun. So, yes, we hit 5,000 people, and including my dog, who just knocked everything over. So, we thank you guys a lot. We appreciate it, and if we didn't have folks who were interested in hearing us blabber, then we would, we'd probably stop. Because if it wasn't fun, then there's no point in doing it. So.
Seriously.
So thank you.
Yay.
I appreciate you very much.
That's very cool. All right, SSK, just last little bit is the entry into the lottery to get a spot for SSK does close tonight at midnight. This won't go up by then, so it will be probably closed. Yes. So, and then we will start entering, and by we I mean Leslie, we'll start entering people into a database that we can draw from.
Yeah, we use a multitude of tools to sort of pull everybody into this master list and then filter it and, have random numbers drawn. So sometime in the next couple of weeks, hopefully this week, but I can't make promises. Sometime in the next couple of weeks, we will draw the first round of people.
Yep.
We expect, as there typically is, the first deposit is due, I can't remember, I think it's the middle of November, something like that. Yeah. People who got in who maybe their friends didn't get in or for whatever reason they drop out. So
they tried to get off work, then and couldn't, or,
so we'll pull a rash of people in waves, and don't give up if you didn't get in. Initially, we had people who got in all the way up to like 2 weeks before last year, or this previous year. So, we wish we had space for everybody, but at the venue that we're at, we just don't. So, we're stoked that we've got lots of interest, so we appreciate that very much. And until next week, we hope you have a good one.
Yep. Bye, y'all.